Hey, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. It's Brian here with another episode of Game a Day May, and we're hitting up day 17 with Jaws for the NES. It was published by LJN, and one of those great time periods where they got a lot of licenses for movie games and stuff like that. A lot of these games were published by LJN, but developed by a bunch of different people. So it's not like LJN specifically made bad games. They had different developers for the games, So basically, in Jaws, you just go from port to port and collect shells until you can power up your boat and stuff strong enough to be able to defeat them. It's comprised of an overhead stage that you go from port to port. These smaller stages where you dive underwater and you have these conflicts with the different stingrays and jellyfish. And then there is a kind of like a mini shooting stage where you have to try to drop bombs in a method where you eliminate targets. So it's got a little bit of the action broken up. And then the fourth stage is the actual defeating Jaws, where you try to breach them from the water and then harpoon them. So what we want to do is collect as many shells as possible. The shells are going to give us basically the currency to upgrade our boat, upgrade the weaponry on the boat, upgrade our power, basically our base power, which is what we're using to defeat Jaws. If you come across them earlier, when you have a weaker weapon, obviously it's kind of like the Friday the 13th, where for Jason you have to do a lot more damage. When I get these stars, it's making my speed increase, so I really don't want to get too fast, because then it's going to kind of make me too floaty, and I might accidentally swing into an enemy I don't mean to. But I mean, you definitely want to have some evasion, so it's kind of like speed with Gradius. You basically want to power it up until you feel comfortable. And again, we're just looking for shells. It's the currency. These stages get more and more difficult as you go on, as you level your power up. When you drop down here in the underwater stages, they get progressively more and more aggro, a lot more enemies and, you know, patterns and stuff. There's a baby Jaws. Those are always good for shells when you defeat them. And you'll find that that's, and here we go, the first bonus scene. You'll find that those baby Jaws are a great source for shells. If I hold back from the direction that I'm moving forward, I can make the plane go a little bit slower. It's good sometimes to be able to line these shots up like that. But basically, I'm just trying to drop bombs and kill as many of these jellyfish as possible. And it's a way to accrue some bonus shells. And as you can see, the points kind of double up if you can happen to get some good strings together. And it's like kind of like Galaga and stuff, you know, if you memorize these, then I'm sure you'll do way better if you memorize the formations. I believe every 3 hits get you a shell. Obviously that works out math-wise. So it's a great little way to break up the action and get some currency. But basically, you see where I'm going towards this other port. That's pretty much it. You're going between the 2 ports, trying not to die. Because when you do die, you do reset your power, you do lose shells, so that's not a good. You want to be very meticulous with your movements. This game does give you a lot of grace with, you know, if you are in danger and you think that you're being too aggressive, then you just chill out and just be more reactive to the enemies around you as opposed to trying to get the currency or whatever. It'll happen eventually, you know, and then, you know, the final conflict with Jaws will only occur when you defeat all of the power, where you can see on the bar there on the right, Jaws power. So when that's down to 0, you'll initiate the last thing. So the first upgrade is a tracker, and it cost me a little bit there. I'm going to go and try to avoid Jaws, obviously. I'm just trying to go from port to port here and use my currency until I run out. Then I know that I have to initiate some sort of sequence. So you'll pull into port and you'll get a power upgrade. So that took a little bit of shells, so now we're at power 2, which basically, you know, means I'm going to do more damage per hit. I want to stay in the open. I feel like if you're closer to the shore, that's when you get hit more. And we got easily accessed over here again and got to the port again and raised our power again. That costs 6 shells, so we're not going to be able to do anything. We're going to have to initiate some sort of conflict here so that we can get some more currency. You really hope that you don't get the shallow engagements, because those are a lot more difficult to avoid enemies and feel like you can get a good placement on some shots to try to get some shells to drop. I really didn't want that star. I really don't want to be that much faster. I feel pretty good about how fast my speed is right now. Also, you need to be wary of enemies coming from the bottom up. So, just because that shell dropped at the bottom and looks attractive, unless I feel like I got a good grasp of how the enemies are spawning, I want to refrain from putting myself in a position to walk right into a spawning enemy. Also, you know how these take multiple hits, so you want to be wary of, you know, lingering in front of it if it's not going to be able to finish it. There is a glitch in this game where you can stay along the top of the water, and it will make you avoid being in contact with jaws. So make sure, you know, when you do get in a conflict with them, that you take advantage of that. You have to be pressed completely up against the top of the water, or it will not work. Okay, this action scene should be done. Alright. I kind of want to chill because I went from that port to that port, so I know I need to end up over here. So this is where I want to be grinding my shells. But you definitely don't want to go into port or close to the port area, because those will be more shallow water. Alright, so get a little bit more here. And when you go through so many of these action scenes, eventually, oh goodness, eventually you will just trigger a bonus scene, and hopefully if you're close to port, that'll pull you over the shell limit you need to get the next upgrade. What I like to do is kill the stingray and then try to position myself in a situation to catch it before it falls, because staying up here is a lot better, I think. If you're down at the bottom, then there's just a lot more enemies spawning, or it's a little bit harder to detect their placement. Killed that baby jaws. Cool, we got a bonus scene. Oh, that was just poor placement. Nice. Okay. Clipped a couple more of those. Oh man, and I can see how that's spiraling. I'm not going to get another shot at those. So you definitely want to just, you know, put yourself in a position to try to pace how you're shooting. I'd like to get 2 more, but I don't. Okay, that was it. Alright. 16 hits. That's definitely more for enough for the upgrade. Fortunately, I did run into something else. I really shouldn't have killed that off screen, because then I didn't get the bonus, or I didn't get the shell. Be careful, and these guys are going to start listing to the left and the right too, and that's going to be the main thing you're going to have to watch out for. Is that that's what's going to start coming up on you because you got more power and you've been through more bonus scenes. Okay, we're going to try pulling a port. I really hope we get there. Alright, so we're at power 4. We're gonna try to get back over to the other port, obviously. Ooh, Jaws was right on our tail. I want to be as far away from him as possible. That way, hopefully, he doesn't come up here. The mini sub is not spawned. There's a mini sub sometimes that spawns up at the top of the map, and I just was checking for it. It was really not a smart idea. Okay, we're at level 5, so we are going to have to engage some more if we want to get another power upgrade. We did hit something. Again, you can see I moved away from it when I started to feel threatened as to whether or not I was going to hit the stream I wanted of damage. Don't hesitate to do that. When I come up. Again, I like to stay personally mid-screen. I really don't want to risk being too close to the bottom. Like, I do not know why I picked up that speed boost. Alright, so we go in here. Okay, we just went there. Crap. Ooh, do you see that? That was so close. He's going to probably come because we're really close, so we probably will see an appearance by Jaws, and I'll be able to show you exactly what a level 5 power is going to do to his health bar. But also, I'm anticipating some mini Jaws as well, so we got to be wary of that. Oh, here he is. You can remember what I said, you can stay at the top here, and at the very top, and it'll just pass by you. But you have to be mindful that you're at the very top. And I hold up just to make sure. But that mini Jaws, I don't believe that he's affected by that. So I always try to make sure I dip down and take care of him first. And then I'll go all the way up. Because I'm not trying to risk getting killed by him. Alright, we did a pretty good amount of damage to Jaws there. Which they never really call him Jaws in the movie, so... This is weird. Try to get some more hits. Again, I want like 12 to 15. I'll feel pretty good about that, but these patterns get more crazy. Probably one more pass, right? Alright, at least I got that 12. That means I'll get 4 shells. Oh, so close to that 15. It's alright. No worries. We gotta hurry up and hopefully we get over to the other port safely. I like to stay in the middle, as you can see, because I don't want to be too close to the sides. I feel like it just... Oh, we hit something shallow. Oh, this isn't good. And now you can see what these shallow things are. They're a nightmare. You want to stay really close to the middle and realize that you're not really trying to do anything other than survive. Because if you get a mini Jaws in here, he's going to make it so that you're not really sure where you can drop. The high power is good because, you know, I'm not risking that at all. I'm not willing to do that. Nope, sorry. No, thank you. Just trying to survive. Because you got to remember, if you die, you're going to lose power level. And that's going to basically... You know, change you having to do more trips. Oh man, I can't believe I risked that. And then I was too close to the side. Whew. I could get that. I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, I shouldn't have got it. I should have got it. I need to get back out here. Oh god, it's mid. It's small again. Oh, and they're wavering. Oh goodness. All right, just I knew it. That's not good. So we lost half our shells. We lost a power level. And we're stuck trying to get out of this freaking port. This is all recipes for disaster. Oh yeah, and by the way, Jaws got all of his power back too. As if everything else was... Oh my god, I died again. Okay. Halved our shells again. Lost another power level. Let's get the hell out of this port. Ugh. This isn't looking too good on this run. We're gonna hopefully pull it out. This game is not extremely difficult, except for those stages like that. That's just ridiculous. You just do not want to Put yourself in a position like I just did. I told you those shallow ports. Oh god. And then I just... It's just a wipe. It's a wipe. It's game over. Alright. Well, I really wish I would have done it on the first try because I've pretty much exhausted almost every fact I know about this game at this point. So you're just going to see more of this. And I apologize for that. And that's all I can say. I do wish I had a turbo controller at this moment because, yeah, I would be able to do so much more damage to him if I did. You see that? I just have shot him 50,000 times and it hasn't even taken away one bar. Just one bar. Ooh, 2 bars. Uh-oh. Now we're in for it. Right in his eyeball. I had no earthly business being around that. Alright. He's like, oh, whatever. I didn't get any shells, so I really can't even do anything here. Talk about quicksanding on a game that's... Yeah, and he got his health back. Oop. Oh no. Jeez, what was up with that guy? That guy's nuts. I mean, maybe he's running away from a shark, I get it. Yep. Not really how I envisioned it, but that just shows you what happens when you get stuck in those shallow waters. That was just absolutely just horrible. Yeah. Yep. Well, good thing is I didn't have but 2 shells, so that's what I lost. The key lesson is don't get as much speed as I did in that last run because it didn't help me out really at all. I had so much that it's just, it doesn't do it justice to look at it. You're flying around and... Okay. I mean, granted, like I said, it gives you great access to moving around quickly, but then you're just a little bit too fast and I'm risking it by being at the bottom like this. I just really want those shells. Alright. Let's see if I can do a little bit better on these bonus scenes. It doesn't take too much time to catch up to where we were, really. It looked like I lost more than I really did. That was nice. Kind of slowed down a little bit. We got 3 of them. See if I can get the other 2 on the way back. At least that's great. So 4 each pass has been nice. That's okay. Let's see if I can get 2 more. Awesome. All I needed was 1 more. That's alright. We got 15, which is good. That's good for 5 shells. Move us right along here. Get the tracker. Move back to the other port if I can, so we can start getting some power. Ugh. I already feel like maybe only a couple stars worth of speed is needed, because you don't want to be on the bottom like I am, and then all of a sudden some of this just come and just creep up on you real quick. Oh, don't hesitate to move back. I just quicksanded real bad that last game. And I'm not gonna lie, even if you know how to defeat a game, it's a lot of pressure just to turn it on and just beat it right away. Oh yeah, I was already there. Darn it. Don't even though you need to grind shells, just don't forget which direction you were traveling, because that seems to be one of my favorite things to do. Getting back up here. I'm sure the game. Oh goodness, I shouldn't just got that. I'm sure the gains can be good down there. When you get, I don't even know what's going on down there half the time, but I'm just not really see how that jellyfish just came up like that. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to that, and if you're too close to the bottom, then you don't have any time to react. But also, these stages do drag on a little bit more until you kill all the enemies. Oh gosh! There's no reason I'm alive. That's crazy. I mean, just be more touchy when you have more speed. Just remember that you can be more touchy with it. Can I please get a power upgrade? That would be superb. And thank you. What? Oh yeah, goodness, I did it again! Oh, I'm so dumb. I'd like to blame it on a long day, but that's okay. We'll get there. We still have time. Strictly get a jellyfish round. Why did I go down there? Why did I go down there? Let's go. Don't get that. Okay. I did not want to get another speed increase. I remember first time I played this, I didn't, well, not even the first time, for a long time I played this, I didn't even know that that's what I was doing. And really, I've never looked at the instruction manual for this game, and I kind of just figured it out. I was like, wait a minute, you grab stars and you go really fast. Risky. I'm gonna try to kill him where, I have some space to get the drop. Oop. There we go. Okay, we got plenty of shells, so now we're just trying to bounce back and forth a couple times after this bonus scene here. Alright. Like I said, my goal in these is a modest, 12 to 15. So you get 4 to 5 shells when you do them. That's a good to me. 18, that's great. I mean, well, I'll take 22. That's probably a personal best, to be quite honest. That'll net us a great 7 shells there. And we know that we're going to the port on the left. So we're going there. Alright. It's just a matter of bouncing back and forth several times and trying to be, slick about it. That's not slick about it. And again, we're back in that nightmare of shallow water. This is the worst case scenario. You have the jellyfish starting to list left and right. And you have the potential for that to happen. A mini jaws. I really shouldn't grab any shells. Again, I personally am not. I have a pretty decent. Oh gosh. Oh, look at that guy. You have to be. The reason why you don't want to grab any shells is because you're going to commit to a pattern to get to it, and then something crazy is going to come in like that. It's not that you can't get it. It has nothing to do with that at all. It has to do with you cannot react fast enough once you started to commit to a path of getting it when something just spawns right on top of you. So, I mean, settle for getting the ones from the mini Jawses and just get the heck out of there. God, another one. Oh my god, why? Just why? Just bad RNG. And I broke my own rule just to try to get that, and then I didn't even get it. And I always stay in the middle because you don't know what side the baby Jaws is going to spawn in at when it comes, and you don't want to put yourself in a position where you can't react to that either. Okay, get out of here, don't. Jeez. Yeah, it's just one after another. At least we have some deep water now, so we have a little bit of room to breathe, so to speak. I shouldn't get that. I should not have got that. I should have left that alone. I just don't want to lose the shells that we've gathered, and want to be able to just whip back and forth, because you can technically feel pretty confident at beating it at levels, power level 5 or higher. It just takes a little bit longer, you know. But really, when I was at the last game, when I was at 5 going for 6, that was a little greedy. I should have just not even worried about that and just went for it. You know, got in conflicts with him a couple times. Jeez, why? I shouldn't have. I was very confident that I knew how much hit points that guy had, and it was very close. Alright. I didn't even throw any really the first time. That's... This one's a little bit difficult. Well, you do really well run around and then undercompensate, overcompensate. Alright, at least I redeemed it to 12. Jeez, that was crazy. Okay. Let's get our power upgrade, please. Okay, power level 2. Power level 3. Try to bounce back. Oh no, no! I'm just gonna try to hope for the best. Can we just be out of here? Can we be done? Can we be out of here? Can we be done now? Thank you. Okay. Jellyfish Bonanza. It's the worst. At this point, I mean, you just gotta be mindful of those guys. And the baby jaws. You can see how he's cutting back and forth, and those are really the worst things. And when you see them and you don't know where they're gonna go, you pretty much need to stop doing whatever you're doing. I shouldn't have got that. It was pretty low. No, guys, can we be done with you, please? No, another baby jaws. 3. Shouldn't have got either of those. Can we be out of this? Alright, another power upgrade. We have plenty of shells. We're just really at this point hoping we can bounce back and forth and, you know, avoid being in the freaking bogs of the shallow crap. That's just nuts. It's the worst. I'm not trying to really risk going for these shells. I mean, I know I could, but it's just kind of pointless. I got a lot, and I really, once I get 5, power level 5, I'm going to feel pretty confident in just fighting him if I can. That's a lot of shells. I feel bad that I'm leaving that much on the table, but again, if you die, you lose half of what you had, so it isn't really worth it. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's go. Ugh. No way. What is going on? This is just an extended scene, I'm telling you. Don't do that. Another baby Jaws. That's insane. I don't really want to... It's just risky to be doing any more of this. I got 39 shells. I feel pretty good about it. I just want to go over there and get at least one more power level. Another baby Jaws. And I barely beat that guy. Okay, another bonus scene. Three. Ooh, that was pretty good. Another 3. Zip through real quick. Oh, missed a lot there. At 10, I'd like to at least get 2 more. There we go. 14. Can I get that 15th one? There we go. That's pretty good. Alright, got that 16, so we got 5 more shells, and we really are just trying to get over here. Get out of there. And we hit something. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Look at these guys. Look at these dorks. They're coming up in pods of 3, all over the place. No, that was just horrible. They punish you for not getting the job done is what it is. If you're hanging out here and you got this many shells, they're punishing you, is what it is. I mean, every time that you come down here, it's even more treachery, and you're trying to maintain and not lose everything that you have while they're continuing to spawn harder and harder, you know, stages for you. Okay, let me go. Let me go. Okay. Oh, come on. Like, what am I hitting? A million jellyfish, apparently. Jeez, like, they just added one this stage. Like, okay, now you can face 4 of them. Oh, you survived the 3 wave? Here's the 4 wave. Like, honestly, I don't remember ever getting this far, as far as the underwater stages go, because I usually get the job done by now. I usually get back to port enough times to have powered up and then fight it one more time, and then we're good. But they're just really trying to punish me for trying to do that. Please just let me get in. Okay. Now I need to hopefully get the heck out, and I don't want to be in the shallow water and deal with that, because then it's pretty much game over. Alright. So now I'm in a decent scenario where if I can just, you know, not get just trashed in the shallow water here. There we go, get another power. I wouldn't say it's more risky, but I just need to get the heck out of this port too, not get caught. Thank you. We'll go back in the middle here. I just did so much crap that they're like, oh, we'll give you a couple gimmies. Now I feel pretty confident. As far as like, I don't need any more power. I just need to find Jaws and hit them and then go for it. So I hit something. It's not Jaws. It's just a bunch of baby Jaws. A bunch of them. 2, 3, 4. What? 5, 6. Are you serious? Seven, 8. 8 baby Jaws. 9, 10, 11. This is the baby Jaws wave. If you've gotten to this part of the show, then you just get to fight all these baby Jaws. That's crazy. More of them. I'm just thrashing them too, and they just keep coming. Another bonus scene. Oh yeah, it's a... I feel like it's just looping the first one now, but doing it incredibly faster, but I'm not sure. I mean, these are just so sporadic, I don't know how to really approach them, so I'm just kind of like, just hammering away and spray and pray. I really don't find myself risking going back into a port, though. I'm already at power 7. I'd almost rather just sit here and wait until Jarls just starts popping up, because it's just too risky. Look at this. Look how fast they're going. The AI on the underwater levels are going to be just that bad. If I go over and I try to get any more shells, it's just pointless. I have just as good of a shot. All you're trying to do is get his power all the way down to be able to confront him, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm just going to chill and see what happens. There he is, and I let him hit me. Alright, the worst part about it is I also am going to have to deal with these baby Jaws and the freaking jellyfish. But you can see how fast I'm shredding his health. I just gotta be mindful of the jellyfish mainly. And the baby Jaws. Okay. Alright, so close. Oh my goodness, that was dumb. That was dumb too. Oh my god, come on, I don't have it. Alright, so his power's all the way down. So now we go to the boat scene. Basically, you're going to use a strobe to get him to come out of the water, and you're going to try to skewer him. I have 3 attempts to do this, and if I don't do it by the 3rd time, then I have to start all over again as far as like defeating his health. So really what I want to just try to do is just kind of like mimic his movements as he's coming in, and hope that I can just line him up perfectly. And also, if it's not lined up perfectly, don't worry, this is just going to keep going, and until you either run out of strobes or, yeah, patience, and then you just do too early. But you have to be lined up perfectly, and then when he rotates, you have to hit B to stab him in the belly with the harpoon. So I'm just really hoping that I can get a good alignment when he comes in. And you just want to try to find a way to, hopefully you just line him up. That looks pretty good. Oh, nope, he juked to the left. And this is really, to me, the most difficult part of the game, unfortunately. Oh man, again, looked like we were lined up pretty good, and then he felt it too, so. Oh man. I don't want to waste them. You only get 3, and again, once you've used your third, you have to basically go through and deplete his health all the way down again before you get 3 more charges. So just feel it out, and wait until it feels right. And again, it's A to hit the strobe, and then B once he rotates and you see the white of his belly. But it's got to line up perfectly with that middle part, or it's pointless. So, he just juked too much for me to be able to mimic his movements. Oh, I missed it. That was finally it too, and I missed it. I got too anxious, and I hit it too early. I didn't wait for him to rotate. That was perfect, though. That's exactly what you want. Just 2 more attempts. Oh, I missed it again. It's literally the hardest part. It's so dumb. They want you to get this kill shot, this killing blow. And that would have been perfect if I could have been lined up for that. And I would really love to get it. It'd be superb. Yes! And it was superb. And it did happen. And there's no long-winded outro to talk about because that's it right there. The end. That's your ending screen. Nobody gets credit for this. So if you ever want to know who programmed this game, you're going to have to go and look it up and find out for yourself. But that was Game of Day May Day 17, Jaws, and I hope that you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow for Day 18, and continuing on the grind that is known as Game of Day May. I've been enjoying it. I hope that you have been too, and we'll see you next time on the Vid-Bits, and until then, peace.